3.5 years ago, I was living in Boise, Idaho, and I was looking for random points to go to. So I generated one in Nevada and Oregon and Utah was the closest. So I went there like 3.5 years ago. Today, I'm living in Los Angeles, and of those points, the closest is now the one I generated in Nevada. We're gonna do get random point and see where we're headed in the Paradise State? I don't know what it's called. Oh gosh. I took the 91 to the 605 to the 210 to the 15, and now I'm here in Barstow, California. I gotta film some B-roll for a future video about Barstow, and then I'm off to Vegas. That's the next major stop, so catch you up there. Well, I've managed to hit a little bit of rush hour traffic in Vegas. Today's a federal holiday, it's President's Day, but Vegas doesn't shut down for anybody, not even the president. Well, I've made it through Vegas's sprawl. I'm now at the intersection with I-15 and the Great Basin Highway. I'm headed up towards Eli, but I'm not gonna make it that far. As a matter of fact, the sun is probably gonna be down in like an hour, so I have to find somewhere to camp, which I'm gonna do right now. So I thought I found a good spot to pull over and camp for the night, but there's a sign I just drove by that said no entrance between between midnight and 4 a.m., which is kind of confusing. Like, just put a no camping sign, because like I'm entering and it's 5 p.m. But I don't think that's what they mean. So I'm gonna have to find a spot to turn around and keep on looking. I'm sure no one would stop me or even find me, but it's probably best just to go a half hour down the highway to a designated campground, and even if I pull up after dark, it's not like it's gonna be full or anything. So I don't know, I just don't like to pull up to campgrounds after dark. It's hard to get a vibe, you know, but that's okay. Made it to the campground. I don't really know where the campsites are. It's so dark, but we'll get there. All right, I'm getting my tent set up. I camped by a lake. You can't really see it, but in the morning you will. A nice campground supervisor named Marion gave me the rundown. There is some stuff, but as you can see from the video, it's really dark out, so I'm just going to set up my tent, get dinner ready, and call it a night. So unfortunately, tonight's peanut satay will be cold because I forgot a lighter. So, bon appetit. Well, in another silly mishap, my headlamp has died. So I will be eating cold peanut satay in the dark and rethinking my life choices. And yeah. Got a breakfast burrito and I'm on the road, so pretty exciting. Okay, so I'm scouting for tomorrow. This is my random point right here, and it says it's in Hico, Nevada, but really it's in the middle of nowhere here. Right here from the south, you can see I cut off the extraterrestrial highway here, come up this road, and it brings me right there. So I think tomorrow morning I come over here, I try this route. If it doesn't work, then I drive back this way and go through the petroglyph site. I've turned onto Silver Tank Road, which is that southwestern approach. And so far, the road is pretty good. I don't want to jinx it because these middle of nowhere dirt roads can turn really bad really fast. But as long as I can handle it in my low clearance vehicle, I don't mind this kind of bumpy washboard stuff. And it's certainly beautiful. So fingers crossed. I got 11 miles on this thing, which is not too bad as long as it stays like this. Fingers crossed. Park the car. Should be a pretty quick walk this way. Not gonna lie, I'm feeling super lucky that, first of all, that I'm able to do this. I mean, this is a crazy spot, but also lucky that this road is so nicely graded. Look at this. It's like a highway. You could take a smart car up here. The point seems to be like under this brush, this big, I don't know what this is, juniper or sage or something. Like if I go here, let me check my coordinates. So there's my lat long. I feel like I'm pretty close. I'm just gonna do a lap around the tree to kind of see if maybe I can get some better numbers here. I don't even know if you can see this on the camera. All right. Well, I definitely don't think I would ever be crouching under a bush 30 miles from Area 51 off the extraterrestrial highway in central Nevada. But here we are. It's pretty awesome. Now I gotta find cell signal. I haven't had cell signal in like a day. Well, I seem to have rolled up to an interesting spot. We have some kind of old foundation or a wall there that those cows are hanging out at. And if we come up here, there's a place called Warm Springs Bar and Cafe that doesn't look open. And then some more cows hanging out and a giant sign that says "Keep Out," which appears to be there's a hot spring there coming down the side of the mountain, but they're no good at sharing, and so I can't enjoy that hot spring. But hoping to get some hot spring action at some point on this trip and some ghost town action. I feel like that's what this part of central Nevada is all about: hot springs and ghost towns. So for now, next stop Tonopah in 44 minutes. So I made it to Tonopah. It's a nice little town. There's a clown motel behind me. I don't know if you can see that. And I was debating if I should head north to Manhattan because there's a pretty cool ghost town outside Manhattan. But I think I'm gonna go south, head towards home, and there's still some more ghost towns down there. I think I'm gonna miss out on hot springs though. There's not really any cool hot springs. There's some in Death Valley, which I'll probably hit later today in the evening and camp somewhere down there. So I'll keep my eyes out and maybe I'll find some kind of cool hot spring to camp at tonight, but we'll see. I left my toiletry kit at the campsite on accident. I failed Leave No Trace, so I'm gonna make a $10 donation to the Leave No Trace Foundation. Apparently there's a pretty cool antique store in town, so I'm gonna go check that out, see if they're open. And if not, I guess I'll keep heading south. I wanted to get a souvenir, but it seems like the only place open on this Tuesday is the deli. There's also a fireworks store and probably a couple bars, but just enjoying walking around. You guys just chilling? All right, have a good one. One thing I love about the desert is that you just come across the most random things. There's just so much space that you have this Last Supper from 1984 by A. Sukalski. I don't know if that's Polish or Japanese. Probably neither. I'm really enamored with this glass bottle house. It's built in like 1905. So cool. There's all this cement, glass, pottery shard stuff back here. And pause if you want to read more. Also check this out. I don't know if you can see up the side of the hill here. That's like a dirt bike trail or something. Look at how steep that is. That's insane. Can't imagine going up or down that. I'm about to cross the state line back into California. Okay, so I was coming down the pass into Death Valley, and I saw this on my map. I don't know if you can see that. Hole in the Rock Spring, right off the side of the road. And I pulled over, because I want to see what Hole in the Rock Spring is, so let's go hunting for a spring, shall we? It's just like a marking on the map. And one of my favorite hot springs on earth, which is in Eastern Oregon. I just posted a short about it, actually. Well, reposted. But anyways, that's how I found that one, is it just says hot spring on the map. And if you search for hot spring on Google Maps, it doesn't come up. And those are like, I think they're just taken from other maps, like, you know, USGS maps and things like that. But I think it's so interesting because these spots are like sometimes so off the beaten path, and yet they're marked right there on the map. So I'm not sure about Hole in the Rock Spring, to be honest. Normally with a spring, you can see like greenery in a certain spot. So unless it's a super low flow spring, I'm not seeing the water that, you know, would accompany a spring. It could also be like seasonal. It could dry up sometimes, or it could just be dry altogether permanently. So I'm still not quite there. So we'll see what we see when we see it. Well, I'm almost positive this spring doesn't exist. You can just barely see the road down there. Kind of a haul to get over here. I'm just gonna check down in this gully and then call it a day. And just when I thought it was over, what do we have here but a hole in the rock? I think I can go in over here maybe, I have no idea. What is down here? Yucky. Look at this, arid wasteland. And right in the hole here, green moss and a trickle, a drip of water. How cool is this? Look at this. It's like a whole other world down here with bugs flying around and crazy. I don't know if I want to go back here. Hole in the rock? This is such a crazy little spot. I mean, there's clearly been some infrastructure here. Someone put in like a drip pan, and then there's these wooden planks, but how cool is this? And again, you take 2 steps out of there, it's back to the surface of the moon. Traffic is moving really slow because someone crashed their car. So who knows how long this will add to my ETA.